Hi everyone, I'm Pat Camillo, and I am 74 years old. How's that for an introduction? I've been a nurse for about 50 years now, or actually more than that, but I've stopped counting. And there's a lot I would like to say, a lot I would like to share. And to be quite honest, I have nothing left to lose. So I'm ready to go with my thoughts. Now, I consider myself a Nonna nurse. Why? Because Nonna is grandma. And since I am 74, I sort of meet that criteria, right? And I'm also Italian, so I'm very familiar with the role of a Nonna. She's very much respected in Italian culture. I'm actually sorry to say that in nursing culture, that's not always the case. It's certainly not the case in American culture, and sometimes we forget that nurses also come from various cultures and bring their norms and values with them, along with their biases. But yeah, I'm going with the strict Italian version of the Nonna being respected. And we'll talk more about the issue of why older nurses are not being respected in nursing in a later video. But for now, a little bit more about me besides my age. I have a PhD in nursing and anthropology. I'm a certified nurse practitioner in women's health and gerontology. I was also certified by the North American Menopause Society as a menopause clinician. I was actually one of the first 2,000 clinicians, and that includes doctors, in 2000 for their first certification round. I have practiced in just about every possible setting. I've been in hospitals, in intensive care units, neonatal care units, maternity units. I've been in various private offices as an NP in private or public clinics. I've also worked out of storefronts for nonprofits and also had this strange experience of providing care in a clinic that was located in a hotel in the Catskills. So I come with a lot of stories and a lot of experience. I've also taught for over 30 plus years, and once again, I've stopped counting. I've done this online as well as on campus. And this was long before we had instructional designers. We actually, in the early days of online teaching, created the courses ourselves and put them together, which was really great. Gave us a lot of freedom and flexibility. And we'll talk more about that later. I taught mostly nursing graduate students. I doubt very much if I could teach undergraduate students, especially these days. But I could share some insight in terms of being a patient and subjected to that in-hospital nursing care. And I probably will do some of that down the road in other videos. I've also conducted research. And in fact, right now, I have two ongoing research studies in process as an independent scholar, because of course no one will hire me. And that's right, I am doing research at 74. So the purpose of creating this new persona that I'm calling Nonna Nurse is the following. I want to provide a role model for nurses that being older doesn't necessarily mean that you're no longer capable of being productive. In fact, it's probably just the opposite. And that we can find that evidence in research. We'll get to some of those issues later on in other videos. I also want to use my years of experience to reflect on what I'm seeing today in practice and education. Some of it is good, some of it is really troublesome. And I thought I could provide some wisdom for the next generation of nurses to consider. And like most Nonnas, I want to be here for you. I want to provide comfort and support and reassurance. I want to cheer you on, which is what I do with the nurses that I mentor. Today's nurses are incredibly stressed. They're overworked in hospital settings. They're seeing patients like a factory in primary care. They're trying to go to school full-time, some of them, while also working full-time, which is a little crazy, and I have more to share about that. They're managing families. They're caring for older family members. It's just too much. I see it in nurses every day that I am mentoring, and I'm worried about their health and their well-being. I'm also worried a lot about what all of this means for the future of our profession. So I'll be sharing some warmth and wisdom every week, sometimes more often, on this channel. And please, I would encourage you to use the area below to share your thoughts, your fears, your lived experiences, and your wisdom. We all carry that from our experiences. Everyone needs a Nonna nurse, someone they can trust for support and for guidance, and yes, even for wisdom. And since I don't have any grandchildren or even grand animals, and there's no hope for that in the future, although I might have a grand orchid, still not sure about that. So I've decided I'm going to adopt all of you. I want to be here for you, sharing some of that warmth and wisdom. So come to my kitchen table, which this really is my kitchen table. I don't have a production team. I'm just me here sitting with a webcam. Bring a cup of something warm and join me. Let's have a conversation about the things that are going on. I can be completely open and honest with you because once again, I don't have anything left to lose. So join me as we embark on being Nonna nurse.